Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Vivian. So in today's video we'll be learning how to draft a bustier with princess darts. If this is what you're interested in learning, please stay with me and let's get started. So now my paper is already on fold, as you can see, and I'll be taking out my measurement from this folded side. I've also gone ahead to draw a straight line as my shoulder line. So the first measurement I'll be taking is to mark my bust point, which I just did, and then after that my under bust, and then my waistline. My waistline is exactly the length of the paper, so I'll be leaving it like that. So I went ahead to draw a straight line just like that. So after that, the next thing I did was to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mine is 7.5, so I just marked it. And then I took my neck width measurement and followed by neck depth measurement. I did 3 by 3. You can use any one you want. Then I went ahead to curve it with my curve ruler. Then after that, I'll be coming down here by 1 inch and then join it back to the neckline as my shoulder slope. Then from this shoulder line, I will come down and mark my armhole depth measurement. Mine is 18 by 2, that's 9. So I'll be bringing the line down like this and then draw a straight line for guidance. Then I'll mark this one as my chest line, here as my bust point, under bust, and then my waist line. So the next thing I did was to determine the middle of this armhole line. Then from there, I will come out by ½ inch, just like I'm doing so. After marking it, then on that chest line, I'll be marking my round bust measurement by divided by 4. I'll mark it there. Then I'll connect the line like this with a curve ruler just to get my armhole curve. Then after that, I'll be marking my bust measurement divided by 4. I'll just mark it there. The same thing with under the bust, round under bust divided by 4. I'll mark it, and then my waist line divided by 4. I'll mark it. My nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 is 4 inches, so I'll mark it here plus ½ inch. Then under the bust, I'll just mark 4 inch, and on the waistline, I'll mark 4 inch as well. Then I'll go ahead and connect the line just like so. So the next thing I did was to measure this armhole curve to know what it will give me. So I'll just take it like this way. So after that, whatever it gives me, I'll divide it by 2 and mark the midpoint on that line as I'm doing so. So now after that, I'm just going to connect the line to the bust point using my curve ruler, like I just did so. Then I'll be taking my dart. I'll be marking 1.5 inch here. If you're on a bigger side, you can use 2 inches. If you're from size 36 above, mine is 34, so I'll be using 1.5. So I'll mark 1.5 on the under bust and also on the waistline. So I'll go ahead and join the line just like so. So then from this bust point, I'll come down by 1 inch and then use my curve ruler to curve it to join the under bust line. So now I'll be adding the dart here as well. So from that place, I'll be coming down by 1.5 inch and then connecting the line to join the bust point with my curve ruler. So after that, I'll use my free hand to just shade it. Then now I'll have to replace that 1.5 here, else it will be short. So yeah, I'll be coming out by 1.5 inch and then I'll just be extending the line towards this side. So on the chest line, I'll also be replacing the 1.5 inch dart. So I'll mark it, and the remaining 1 inch will be for sewing allowance. Then on this under bust as well, I'll be replacing the dart. I marked 1.5. So from there, I'll also mark 1.5 to replace it. And on the waistline also, I'll mark 1.5 to replace the dart. And then I'll go ahead and add my sewing allowance, which is 1 inch. Then after that, I will just have to curve the new armhole that we just got. I'll just use my ruler to cut it this way. I made a mistake here. I'm supposed to join it till that end because I added 1 inch allowance, but I did not join it. Please point out the mistake. And also, when I was connecting the line, I was supposed to place it on the edge of that chest line, but I went inside. It's supposed to be this way. I'm supposed to take the line this way, but I went inside. You can see how the ruler is placed. So please point out the mistake and correct it when you are doing your own. So that's basically all, and I'll go ahead to do the cutting. So I'm done with the front side, so we'll go ahead and cut the back. So now for the back paper, I already folded it. So from this side, I'll go ahead and mark 1.5 for zipper allowance. And after that, I'll go ahead and draw a straight line. The 1.5 is for zipper allowance for the back pattern. So now, after that, the first thing I went ahead to measure is my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then I took my neck measurement. I also did 3 by 3 at the back because the cloth I want to sew, that's how the neck is. You can shorten your own neck depth at the back depending on what you want to sew. So from here, I came down by 1 inch and I went ahead to connect it to the neck line, and that is my shoulder slope. Then from the shoulder line, I'll come down to mark my armhole depth, and I'll go ahead and draw a line straight like this, and then bring it down just like this. This is my chest line and that's my waist line. So I'll just go ahead and curve my armhole just like that to join the line. Then here I'll be marking my bust point measurement, that is 4 inches, and I'll bring it up like this to meet the chest line, but I'll just leave a small line, a small space there. Then I'll come out by 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch that side, and I'll go ahead and connect it to the line I just drew to meet the point. So after that, I'll be marking my bust measurement here and 1 inch allowance, and here my waistline measurement plus my 1 inch that I just marked. I will replace it here, and then my 1 inch sewing allowance. So after that, I'll just go ahead and connect the line. Then for the zipper side, I wouldn't want my zip to be puffing out when I put it. So for me to avoid that, I'll come out here by 1 inch, and then I'll just slant the line upward like this. Just slant it a bit and draw a line. Then I'll go ahead and do the cutting. So that will be all for the drafting, guys. So please help me like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also turn on your notification button, and whenever I post a video, you'll get notified. Bye bye.